Hi everyone, welcome back to Mains and Mayhem. This is episode 4. Today we are sitting down with Jiana. Jiana is one of our newest stylists on deck with us, and she's fantastic. She is the curl queen, knows everything about curly hair. I've pulled her over to my clientele a few times to just help even me learn a few tips and tricks about curly hair, because if you have curls, you know that that is a totally different ballgame.
Yes,
You
high
cannot
maintenance.
treat curly hair like you would straight hair ever. So we are super grateful to have her. She's been an amazing addition. Definitely come and see her if you are a curly girl, because she will change your world. So Jiana, I know not a ton about because she is really new to the team. So we're kind of all learning about her together. I do know that she's married. She has a dog
Yes.
that she loves.
Dog baby.
Yes. What kind of dog do you have?
He's a Chiweenie and a long-haired Dachshund mix.
Oh gosh, that's
He's the
cute.
cutest.
That's like a pocket dog.
Basically, yeah.
Like so tiny.
Yes,
So
I
tiny.
wanted a lap dog.
I'm always like opposite end of the spectrum. I like the big dogs.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So I have a Bernedoodle. So it's like a Bernese mountain dog mixed with a poodle. Yeah.
Cute.
And she's my world. So I totally get the dog world. Do you have any like fun hobbies?
Yes, I have a lot of hobbies. One of my recent ones that I'm actually starting to pick up again since it's getting warmer is painting and gardening and stuff like that.
That's one of my newest things too. Well, you can't see it in the recording, but I do have a lot of hanging plants around.
Beautiful.
In the salon, we've kind of filled with a lot of greenery because I love that earthy look.
Yeah,
So,
and nature, and it just makes you feel really grounded.
yeah. And I've always killed everything I touch that's green. Like I am like, if it is green, it will soon be brown because I don't know how to keep it alive. But I don't know why, but the salon has like shocked that out of my system. So now I'm like, oh my God, I can keep things alive somehow.
Yes.
You'd think I would be able to nurture it because I'm a mom, but I was like, no, I
It's a
can't
whole
love
nother
plants the
spectrum
same way.
of plants. They're actually
Yeah.
honestly alive, so lots of sun, little water here and there, and I do kind of talk to my plants.
See, everyone's like, that's what you have to do.
I compliment
can't.
them. I'm like, you're beautiful. You're doing great.
See, I can't do it. I'm like, I feel so
It's
stupid.
weird at
I
first.
can't
It was
do
really weird. Just start off with compliments.
I will smile at my plant when a new leaf comes out, but that is as far as I can go. I'm like, oh, look at that. You're growing. That's awesome. I do love plants. I just wish I was better at it.
Yeah.
I'm learning slowly
You're doing
but surely.
good though. Sometimes
Right?
I come in here and I peek at them just to make sure.
I'm doing it. Well, that's cool. Is there a place like filled with plants?
So in my kitchen area, that's where the lighting's the best. So I have some elephant trees. Elephant plants.
Yeah.
And I also have a dragon fruit plant, which is actually from a cactus. So dragon fruits and certain exotic fruits come from cacti and cactus trees. So those are really easy to take care of, FYI.
Yeah, I know.
Get a
Everyone
cactus.
says that. I will kill every cactus I have. God. Yeah, no, I can't keep those alive. Don't. No, not that.
I'll bring you some clippings. Those are so much fun.
Just give me a cheat sheet, and you're like, do not do this. Only do this.
Exactly,
And then maybe I have a fighting shot, but I don't know.
But
Cool.
yeah,
What other hobbies?
I like to paint a little bit.
Yeah.
Not
What
like-
kind of medium?
Not like crazy painting, girl. I do the paint by numbers.
Oh, okay. You're like Kiki. She does like the kind of paint by numbers, but with the diamond jewels or whatever
Yeah,
it
I
is,
couldn't
right?
do that. That's a little bit too tedious because you have more pieces.
That's what she said too. She's like,
can't
oh,
with
it's
that.
super, super tedious. And I'm like, okay, I don't know.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
a little bit too much. I like to, whenever I do my hobbies, I like to have like a clear space and not
Yes.
worry too much. So I would be thinking, oh my gosh, where's my little needle pin? Where's my little diamond? So I can't do that. But the paint by numbers is nice. And obviously I get paint by numbers but with plants and stuff. So everything
Combine it
corresponds.
all together into one.
Exactly.
It works. That's awesome. Oh, I love that. Yeah. I always think everyone when they're like, oh, what should somebody do if they want to prepare for going into cosmetology? And my answer is always art. Just start painting, start exploring colors and tonalities and mixing tones, because once you start doing that with the painting medium, it's so much easier for you to understand the color theory when it comes to hair.
Yes.
And even makeup too. I started my journey in cosmetology with makeup artistry. Yeah, so hair came after makeup. And so I would always get that question. It's always like, paint. Learn the shapes of a face. Learn where the muscles and the caves happen, and the undertones and the colors, especially even what color is a contour in the face. It's never a bronzer.
No.
It's not. It's like more of like a grayed out skin tone. And so I'm like,
sculpting.
Yes.
Shaping.
So I'm like, paint it. See it on paper, because sometimes if you can see it on paper, it makes more sense in your brain when you're working on a real life face. And so I'm always like, man,
so interesting.
I think all my girls should work with art in some form, like whether it's paint or drawing or...
I'll backtrack a little bit. So I realized that I wanted to go to cosmetology school and be in the beauty industry when I worked at a clothing store. So I was working at a clothing store, and I got pretty high up in my position, and something just clicked that I was like, you know what? I want to make people feel beautiful in a different way.
Yeah.
So then I was like, hair.
Yeah.
And then after I got my foot into doing hair, I went to pastry school.
I'm not kidding.
Yes, and I felt like pastry school, the whole concept really aligned up with hair once again. But that's creativity. So
how did you feel it lined up? Because I would have never put those two together.
Yeah. So as I was going through my program, everything has like basics, but how you were building your clientele or building what you want to do is the same thing with building your clientele with the cosmetology or
giving the client what they're asking for and what they're looking for.
So
not necessarily what you would want, but what they would want.
Yes.
That is actually really
because
important.
you can have an idea of what they want, but if you don't execute it, then you know they're kind of unhappy. Same thing with hair. So I'm not going to make
you may
red
think
velvet.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And 90% of everybody who sees this person may think it's beautiful, but if that client doesn't think it's beautiful, they are never coming back.
Exactly. So little things like that lined up, and then as I just completed my program, I was like, this is so crazy. Everything's very similar.
That's like such a good valid point. And I think probably most people who are in the service industry, especially a creative service industry, would relate to that. It's not about you.
Yeah, exactly. You have a creative will, but you don't have the full creativity to do what
and
you want.
And you also have no idea what their personality is like, why they want what they want, and your job is to execute it, even if you're like, I hate this. And sometimes I do hair, and I am like, I hate this.
Yes.
I would hate this on my head, or
just
on
in general,
body.
put your name on it, kind of.
Not for me, but I'm also like, man, if they're walking the street and they are telling their friends, she killed it, I asked for something specific and she gave me exactly what I want, then honestly, job all done.
Exactly.
I'm happy. Yeah, pat myself on the back.
Yup.
Cool. You kind of gave me a little bit of a nudge earlier that you have a few crazy horror stories from while you were growing up. Tell us a little bit something of that.
I'm the second oldest out of 7 kids.
Damn, girl.
Yeah, so my oldest brother was me, and then I had another brother. So I would say my environment was tomboyish. I did a lot of things that the boys would do.
Yes.
So little things that I would have to learn growing up, like riding a bike without training wheels. That was pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie. And so I definitely have some scars and fallen, face planting, learning about things like that. And then as well as just getting in nitty gritty stuff. You just do crazy stuff that your parents wouldn't let you do, but you and your brothers would scheme and figure out how to be entertained. So a lot of those that we would try to figure out how to entertain ourselves, we would end up injured. Sometimes injured, coming home limping and all that stuff. So.
I love it. I love it. I have 2 younger brothers, so I feel that.
Younger though.
Well, you would be like, oh, man, I mean, you got to dominate. No, I did not get to dominate.
Yeah.
2 boys, I'm like, and they were, especially the one brother that was like directly under me. We grew up obviously a lot closer because we were closer in age, right?
Yeah.
And we were just doing crazy stuff all the time.
Your imagination
All the time. Yes, and Cody was, for a very long time, a professional extreme sportist. Sportist? I don't know if sportist is the right word. You know what I mean. But so he's been severely injured so many times, paralyzed in one of his shoulders and all the things. Yes. So it's been a treat for him to navigate that. But if that was an end result for how we began and were growing up, I'm like, he made me do some stupid stuff all the time. And I was like, okay, now I think back and I'm like, I would kill my kids if they pulled this stuff. He'd be like, come on, Savannah, let's go climb out of my bedroom window and just sit on the roof. Oh, okay. Let's do that. Oh, if my kids did that, oh my gosh, they would be in so much trouble. Like, you could die.
I can actually relate to that on a whole nother level. So since we live in Florida, a lot of Florida homes have the cute Florida rooms and things like that. Those are my favorite. I love those. Well, sometimes me and my brother would just be bored just playing on the ground in our backyard. And so we would take a ladder, climb up on the sunroof, sunbathe a little bit, and then just jump off that thing. And land.
I've done that a few times.
One time my mom came out and found us, so that was the end of that. But
oh my gosh.
like what? We have no business doing any of
Why
that.
are we doing that?
We were tired of playing on the ground, so we needed to elevate.
For real. It's weird because my kids definitely don't pull stupid stunts like that. But I'm like, I sure did.
It's in your blanket.
I sure did. And like, I tell them, don't you dare, because I don't want the anxiety of having to take you to the hospital because you broke a bone. I think back to my parents constantly having to take us to the hospital for broken bones.
I got stitches and scars every year.
Like, I would throw up. Oh my gosh, to see that in real life? No, don't do that, please. Please.
Kids nowadays have a lot more things than we used to, so we had to entertain ourselves. Parents didn't watch us 24/7 like that. We had a little bit more freedom than what it is now. So 90s baby.
We didn't have the screen time that a lot of the kids have now.
We were outside until the street.
It was like you get home from school and you're playing in the streets, just doing
in the streets.
God knows what, you know, just
jumping off Florida,
exploring
in the backyard,
the world, and just seeing what all trouble you can get into. No, it's so true. So you're married.
Yeah.
How long have you been married?
I've been married for 2 years now.
Ooh, still in the newlywed stage. I love it.
We're thriving, having a good time.
Good.
We still haven't planned our honeymoon yet. We're just taking it slow, taking it easy. We want to do like a whole week off.
At least.
I know, right? Yeah.
For real. Yeah. That was probably one of my biggest regrets is I wish that I had waited. My husband doesn't know this. Surprise. I wish that we would have waited to take our honeymoon just to give us time to come down from the wedding, because you'll probably be able to relate. Even the days after your wedding, you are still so worked up and stressed from the whole experience of having to navigate and organize such a huge
license, registration, all
weird event that you've never had to go through before. That it, like, when we went on our honeymoon, it took us a solid 3-4 days to even come down from that to the point where we're like, okay, now we can relax and enjoy this.
Yeah.
So I definitely, in hindsight, wish that we would have just been like, honeymoon in 6 months or whatever it be, you know? And then you can also catch up on money too.
Yes.
Where do you want to go for your honeymoon? Do you know?
Since we live in Florida and we have the beaches, I want something 360. I'm trying to go to a cabin. I want to go to the mountains, experience snow possibly, but
Gatlinburg.
Yes.
Do it. Do it.
All my clients are very knowledgeable with everything. So if I have a question, I just randomly ask the next person in my chair.
Yep.
So I've been asking about Tennessee, and everybody says Blue Ridge,
Gatlinburg.
Centerville. That was like a little bit smaller.
So Gatlinburg and Centerville are like right beside each other. They're like 5 minutes apart.
Oh.
Yeah, like literally, you just kind of cross a little line to go between the two.
Okay.
Yes.
So I was on a roll.
Yeah, and then we recently went there for the first time with our kids, and we rented out this cabin, and it was probably one of the most moody, romantic, ironically romantic with our kids. We were like, go to the
I know, right? Go.
but it was like just moody and romantic, and you had this
Serene.
like this patio that just overlooked the mountains and just like this forest, really.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful, and it was like raining, and there was a hot tub, and
Nice.
that would be
so
so
excited. So that's
nice.
exactly what I want to do. Nothing
Yes.
will keep me from the beach because I'm a beach girl. I love
Yeah.
the beach and
Same.
sun tanning. But
Yep.
it's nice to be cozy, comfort.
Yes.
And then again, I love the greenery.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I can't wait for you guys to plan that. Yeah, it'll be so fun. Well, everyone, this is Gianna. Feel free to come in and see her for any of your hair needs. She's crazy talented at everything she touches, and you will not be regretting your decision.
To my curly girls.
Thanks for checking in to Mains and Mayhem, and we will see you next time. Thanks, guys.